Some of us watch our personal investment portfolios like hawks and know every single detail of what our financial advisors are doing with our money. But many of us, no matter how smart we think we are, really have no idea whether the advice we're getting from our stockbrokers are in our best interest or theirs. ABC 7's Kate Flexter joins us with more. Kate.
Alan, President Obama has called for the Department of Labor to crack down on conflicts of interest when it comes to retirement advice. And this new law should do just that.
91-year-old Ron Sheff considers himself savvy when it comes to investments, with a financial advisor he trusts and has worked with for years.
They're not pushing me into aggressive investing because they may make more money on that. We have a good relationship and I trust them.
But not all are as lucky. Some retirement savers are steered into pricey investments when a broker or advisor has a conflict of interest. Right now, the Council of Economic Advisors estimates conflicted investment advice costs investors a massive $17 billion a year.
It's as though a doctor didn't have to tell his patient what was the best thing for them. He had a medicine that he owned and he was selling it to a patient. We would never have put up with that.
But that might be about to change, at least when it comes to those saving for retirement. Last month, the Department of Labor announced stricter rules requiring brokers and advisors to put their clients' interests first. It seems like a no-brainer, but right now they're only required to recommend products that are, quote, suitable.
The rules all too frequently no longer work for working people. The system is all too frequently out of balance.
The new rule doesn't ban commissions altogether, but requires brokers to explain why they're recommending a product when a less expensive one is available. Michael McNiven of Cumberland Advisors says that's a positive step.
It will force advisors to really show why what they're doing is in the best interest of their client.
The Department of Labor says that required explanation makes this a big win for the middle class, while opponents, which include many in the broker industry, say it could drive up their costs and force them to drop middle-class clients. But McNiven says this will actually have little effect on the middle class.
It doesn't hurt them, it doesn't help them. The middle class is so steeped in debt. What happens in the investment space is irrelevant.
But he says this is important for the profession and will hold financial advisors and brokers alike accountable.
This Department of Labor ruling is moving the dial. I think it's important that it's moving the dial for not only the public, the investing public, but for the profession itself.
Certified financial planner Laura Mattia agrees with McNiven. She says this new rule may even weed out some in the business in the process.
If, in fact, it puts some financial advisors out of business, that means they probably should be put out of business. That means that they have no business giving financial advice. This is serious stuff.
Plus, she says retirement savings are perhaps the most serious situations in the financial planning world.
If an 80-year-old gets bad advice, they can't go back to work and get more money. That's it. They're done. And what do? So now they're living in poverty.
For Ron Sheff, even as a financially savvy person, this change is a step in the right direction and long overdue.
You have no idea whether they are working in your best interests or not. This should have happened 50 years ago.
Financial firms would have until January of 2018 to get into compliance.